flip mode, aftermath. Here we go.
Back with the most venomous rapper, be the godfather of the club banger. Let me hear you clap. You can applaud me from the very beginning. You can give me a standing ovation.
I don't know where to interrupt Busta, man.
He doesn't say anything about interrupting him. He just want you to touch him.
But don't touch me, nigga. Can we start an episode like that?
You can do whatever you want.
All right,
well.
Welcome to the Casual Carrots of Gaming. My name is Dirk.
Oh, I'm Chester.
I'm Ryan. What the fuck are you doing over there?
Texting my mother.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta check in with her every 10 minutes.
The street lights are on. Do you need to be home?
Shit, it's dark out already?
Oh, shit. This is the 20th episode. We are talking about the Ocarina of Time. Or Ocarina? Ocarina.
It's Ocarina.
Ocarina.
The okra of time.
The Okra of Time. Yes.
That sounds delicious.
What is okra? Is it kind of like a...
It's like a vegetable.
a vegetable?
A vegetable?
You should know this, Chester. You're on some type of diet right
It's
now.
a fried vegetable.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't come from the ground fried.
They eat it. Yeah, they do.
Sure it does.
They grow it like that in the South.
Oh,
I don't know. They're like little legumes.
that's a peanut.
That's a
It's not a
bean.
legume.
Legume.
I just wanted to say that word.
Anyway. All right, legume. The legume of Zelda.
Okra of time.
Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Why not? It's a Nintendo 64 game that we've all loved. Chester doesn't remember a lot of it or a lot of the stuff from the game, but who cares?
We'll jog his memory.
We will. Jog his legume memory.
Do it.
You got a legume brain.
You gotta warm it up. You gotta rub it first.
Oh, God. Well, getting it kicked off.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with this right now.
Okay.
We had all these technical difficulties when we started.
We had a shitload of
Which means Chester just almost drank an entire bottle of vodka, and now he's all fucking stupid silly.
Only
Half of it. You drank half of it.
third. But I mean, some of that is still in this cup. So I've only had a quarter of that bottle.
Okay. You win. All right.
Math.
Let's
go back to it.
Nobody can see me bobbing my head.
No, they can't. But we will have to say that this is the Ocarina. No,
Ocarina of Rhyme.
Ocarina of Rhyme. This is bus to bus to the Gerudo Valley, and I am peaking so hardcore. This is going to be awesome.
You're really excited.
I am. Well, it's like the Star Wars theme. I get hyped up.
You get hyped up about Busta?
Oh, I get so hyped about Busta. Good times.
And the Ocarina of Rhyme really is an awesome soundtrack.
It is, except for the Dr. Dre, that horrible Dr. Dre song.
It's just like the chest opening noise, and they just looped it a million times.
Yeah,
It was way too loud. You're like, why would you do that right there?
Don't touch me. So yeah, we've rambled. This is a good start. Good start to the old episode. We're going to dive right into some horrible gaming news. And Facebook bought the Oculus Rift.
Right?
$2 billion.
$2 billion. Zuckerberg's got his fucking dirty little paws all over something that could have been cool. They took that guy from id, and now
He really is kind of like
the guy from id. John Romero?
Super villain.
No, it's not John Romero. It was one of the head guys from id went to go work at Oculus right before they got bought out, and it was huge gaming news. They said it was like...
Oh, I remember, because someone modded Doom 3 to work with the Oculus, and I think I remember watching someone walking in one of those like 360-degree fucking treadmills with an Oculus on, playing
neat.
Doom.
That is crazy.
That's the ultimate. All you need is a real handgun, or just a flashlight.
Oh man, I spelled Oculus wrong.
I don't think it's that. I mean, it could be all right.
No, it's okay. So
He's got the clout to get behind
but
it.
he doesn't. They immediately came out with this is me not having any type of source or just going off the top of my head, which is bad. Oh, it was John Carmack left id.
There you go.
Yeah, John Carmack left. So they originally were like, this is going to be awesome for the gaming community. This is going to be awesome for like the indie developers, like all the modders. This is going to be something really cool. And then as soon as they sold to Facebook, they're like, this is a good social media tool.
Why?
How is that a social media tool?
Yeah,
they're going to make it. It's maybe virtual sex. That's the only thing I can think of.
We're gonna be having Demolition Man style sex.
That's
it's gonna
right.
Be badass. Can't wait.
I can't wait to stalk strangers in a virtual world.
With your dong out. I read an interview with that guy this morning, and I know it never ends up being what they say right off the bat, but from what he was saying, that Zuckerberg didn't want to mess with it too much. He just wanted to get behind it because he liked it. So I'm sure it's all a bunch of fucking lies, like it always is. But
I really wish I was a billionaire.
yeah,
And just be like, I really like that.
I'm going to buy all of it.
I
That
like
sounds neat.
Yeah, I like
wanna
the
own
Sony
it.
PlayStation, so I bought that section of Sony. I'm not going to touch it, but it's mine.
Well, that's how the Xbox came into existence. Like, he didn't buy anything. He was, what's his name? Gates was just like, I want to own a console. We're going to make our own.
Well, no, because they actually they saw the promise of DirectX, which is what the Xbox is built on. So that's why it's called the Xbox, because the DirectX. So I think there was a gaming or there was something behind that where like we could make this a standalone box. And I know he probably wanted to throw his hat in the ring with the gaming thing because he's like, fuck Nintendo, fuck Sony. So anyway, so that's that. We'll see where that goes. The Oculus, doesn't Alan have one of those?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's got
creepy,
some promise, but
weird.
he had it like a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah,
Or no,
he
had
got
something-
in on the Kickstarter.
Oh,
So he had like one of the original ones, and he has this roller coaster thing for it, and it's like, it's creepy. You can actually, you look and then you look down to the left,
And you can
look down to the left. It's like and you can move your head back and forth instead of like turning your head.
Mm-hmm.
It knows when you're moving your head like 6 inches to the left.
nice.
And so it's crazy, like just little tilts and everything.
You know what's great is you moved your head 6 inches outside of your
I
microphone,
know.
and then you
just
moved
so
it back.
everyone knows that I'm moving my head 6 inches to the left. It's pretty awesome. And then he had another little app that it came with where you just kind of walk around a house and go upstairs, downstairs, outside.
Find the family, murder them, bury them in the backyard. It's really well done.
Really well done.
So yeah,
Murder boner.
I haven't been able to mess around with it. I wish Alan would return my calls.
This motherfucker
Yeah.
again.
And you know what? We're going to talk about two things that keep coming up. Promise one of them won't be Star Wars.
We can talk about Star Wars.
What do you want to talk about?
I have Star Wars stuff to talk about. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're going to hit the trifecta.
I have all kinds of George Lucas news to talk about.
All right, so Assassin's Creed Comet's going to hit for the old school systems, the third gen systems.
The old school system.
And by old school systems, the system that I still own.
It's not really third gen. I mean, it's like the
like
PlayStation
7th gen or
third
something.
gen, but if you want to talk like gens, let's talk gens,
I think it's like
bro.
Gens?
7 or something like
Like
that.
what? You got the Atari. Would that be first gen, or would Pong be first gen?
Just Pong by itself. Well, that's not a home
That's
console.
a whole nother conversation.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 generation.
Last gen.
Last gen.
Last gen.
They're going to come out with Assassin's Creed Comet. What was the other one they're going to come out with for the...
Unity.
Unity.
The X,
I
what?
think it was Unity.
Yeah.
And
That's-
that one takes place during the French Revolution.
For the new gen.
While Comet's going to be a direct sequel to Black Flag, but it's going to be in New York.
Yeah.
You're going to be a pirate again. Yar.
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 And it said there would be some of the characters from 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's going to have Hatham. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he won't be coming back. I guess we'll see him for the quote-unquote first time, because he'll be probably younger.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Hatham died,
Black Pirate Man.
Every man dies, Dirk.
but not every man truly
Assassin's
lives.
Creed,
You want to
everybody
play
dies.
this game? Let's do it right now. You start quotes, I'll finish it.
No, he dies.
You call down the thunder?
Well, now you got it.
He dies in 3. dude.
Stay alive.
You killed him.
I will find you.
Stay alive.
You had to kill your own father. Didn't you kill? You killed him in 3. So he's going to make
No,
it all the way
you,
through this
like-
game.
Did you kill him? Because I thought they started working together at some point, and God, I can't remember 3.
Well, the important
It
part
was a
about
really
this story
good game.
is that
more Assassin's Creed's coming.
yeah, Ubisoft is going to continue to support the last gen systems, which is great.
Yeah.
Because we were having the conversation before, as much as everybody like dogs on how it's finally we got a new generation of consoles.
There's fucking nothing there.
Well, there's nothing there, but still, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 are still very viable game systems.
Well, I'm playing Mass Effect right now, and it still looks great.
Except for all the what is it? The textures, the loading textures. I forgot I had to install that on my hard drive.
Really?
Yeah, if you install on your hard drive, the textures load up a little bit quicker, so you're not walking around with somebody's like blank face or like blank suit on.
I've had that problem. I just get stuck in the environment a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder a goddamn train.
Chester, how far are you on the Mass Effect playthrough?
I created a character. He's black. He's got a mohawk.
Of course he is. Is he Jewish?
He's a black Jew. Of course he's a black Jew.
Throwback. Yeah, and then bouncing off Assassin's Creed, we're going to talk about Batman.
Batman. Rocksteady Games, the makers of the Arkham series, are thrown in the towel.
They're out.
After this next
I'm sure this
Arkham
will be
Knight.
the last Batman game ever, too.
The last good Batman game.
Someone else can pick it up and do something good with it.
What you?
Maybe
they could-
Rockstar should start making Batman games.
Maybe Facebook could make one.
Oh. Is it like a Farm Bill Batman?
Yeah.
Where you just
Face
gotta go tend to my crops.
It's like Plants vs. Zombies, but Batman versus zombies.
It's just nothing but you're trying just to keep hiding the Batcave under like just rows and rows of crops.
You can't defeat the Joker unless you have like enough friends on your
Yeah,
friend
you have to
list.
invite people to play. Then you
That's
have to
right.
buy. You have to purchase coins or something. You
Oh
have to purchase
God,
batarangs.
the future of gaming.
It's gonna-
Microtransactions.
It's going to be fantastic.
Love
what,
it.
What is it? That stupid Candy Crush game. The wife keeps playing that.
I'm in my 30s. I don't play Candy Crush.
No, but she. I refuse to.
Your wife is in her 20s. She's allowed to play Candy Crush.
I refuse to believe, or I refuse to understand how microtransactions work. She's like, "Yeah, I'm done for today." I'm like, "Were you just done?" She's like, "No, I'm over it, and I have to. I'm done, and I have to purchase more lives or something." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing that other. Fuck, I don't remember. It was like an RPG I was playing.
Yeah, where you said you could only play it for so long.
Yeah, I could play for like 3 hours, and then I'd run out of like moves, and I couldn't
Yeah.
do anything else with it. I'm not going to pay $3 just so I can play the game for another fucking hour.
Oh,
I'd rather pay just $5 and play the game forever.
doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work that way.
Nope.
It's not the new model.
Fuckers.
Microtransactions.
Flockers.
You can.
Flockers! Let's
you
talk
can-
about flockers.
Ooh, look at you. Segue. Hold on, Chester. You hold right there. Yeah.
Flockers, the people that made worms, all of the worms,
All the worms.
are stepping out of the worm arena
I got worms.
and making a game about exploding
They're
sheep,
they're
apparently.
deworming.
They've been dewormed. Get the heartworm pills.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? As much as you don't like this game, I really enjoyed Lemmings.
I love the Lemmings. What are you talking about?
I love Lamp.
I love Lamb.
No, Lemmings. It was pretty cool, and it looked good. Whatever that was, like the lamp. I mean, the lamp. the lamb.
sheep,
The sheep.
lamb.
Yeah, just stepping on that button, just killing everybody in the background.
Just exploding.
Dude, it's just all about killing inanimate objects.
I can do that. I like. What makes you think I don't like lemmings?
You don't. I don't know. You never talk about it.
Why?
Why was it just like sitting there completely unprovoked? We're sitting in the living room, just fucking watching cartoons. Like
You
Dirk,
never mentioned it.
I
and
really
you
like
put your
Lemmings.
fucking hands in your lap right now and stop
I'm allowed to
fidgeting.
scroll down
You're-
to look at the rest of the outline.
Damn you, Google share thingy drive. I can see
I
what
like
Chester's
Lemmings a lot.
doing.
That was I played that game. That was when I realized that I could snore when I'm awake. When I was a little kid, like my cousins and my brother would be looking at me like, "Are you awake?" I'm just
I did that at we were.
Playing
Do you remember?
Lemmings for hours on
Mike?
end.
Mike used to live down the road from the old house.
sure.
Like he had the pool and everything. Like I worked him at Home Depot.
Oh,
At
word.
the depot, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were playing GoldenEye one time, and I was playing and just like stomping everybody's ass. And they're like, "Is somebody snoring?" And I'm like, "I don't hear anything." And then I go back to playing. And I'm just like,
In the fucking zone, man.
I'm just like,
bodily
dude.
function cease to exist. I'm pissing everywhere and snoring.
so yeah. I used to do that too. I probably still do. Just getting into it, deep into it.
That's why you're driving and cooking dinner. No.
No,
No.
no.
All right. I have George Lucas news.
Yes. all right. So the
Well, there was a
trifecta
thing
is
we talked
complete.
about earlier that I thought was worth sharing because it's kind of funny. So, when the first Star Wars came out, and then Steven Spielberg made Close Encounters,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a bet between the two of them where they each thought each other's movie was going to be more profitable.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a bet that if it was, that they would pay each other 2% of the gross. And Steven Spielberg has made $40 million off of George Lucas
Again, I want to be a millionaire.
off of this bet, which I think is just fantastic.
And that's only 2%.
Yeah,
And I was-
40 million is 2%.
and that's got to be just two. That's just got to be the movies.
Well, and I
that
have-
can't be like,
Marketing, toys,
Legos
video
and
games.
toys. And
Well, I wanted to ask you too if he got cut off because Lucas sold it.
I don't know. I just heard it on the radio this morning.
Ah,
And then another thing I heard about a new Indiana Jones movie that Bradley Cooper might be Indiana Jones. That's exciting. I like Bradley Cooper.
I like Bradley Cooper. I could get behind that.
I could totally get behind Bradley Cooper.
I could get behind him.
I'm so in.
I think that would be bad. He's handsome and snarky. I think that would work.
You can't see this at
That'll
home,
work.
but I'm coddling my mic.
So yeah,
I'm
heard that.
so in for Bradley Cooper being Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because I think Harrison Ford's like 72
Well,
now.
keep him away from the refrigerator, and then I'll be happy with that.
I can't believe everyone thinks that's the most ridiculous part of that movie.
Nuking the fridge.
No.
It's equatable with jumping the shark. Or is it Le Bluff?
LaBouffe swinging with monkeys was the worst part of that
was
movie.
Yeah.
pretty stupid. Or the sword
That was-
fight on the
Through the jungle that apparently has no trees for 5 miles.
Don't worry, Indiana Jones. I'm a fencer.
That whole jungle scene was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It didn't get good until all the bugs ate that guy's
How
face.
about the alien?
That was fine. I'm okay with that.
Just
And you know what? Let's. Okay, so while we're on the subject of movies and beefs, the beefs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trailer hit. Was it this week?
I think it looks cool.
With
I don't want her to be in it.
April
I
O'Neil was a
wanted to be in
redhead,
everything.
and she wasn't like. Did you notice how like they're talking? Like he completely fucked this plot up.
She was wearing a yellow jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
saw
Fine.
part of it.
Put me in a yellow jacket.
You'd make a great April O'Neil.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Now I'm cuddling my mic.
No, but even for the April O'Neil from the previous games, even though they kept changing the April O'Neil, not previous games, previous movies, like she was a redhead, she was a reporter. This was like the guy. What's the guy's name who's going to play the Shredder? I'm putting everybody on the spot here.
William Fetchner,
Is that the guy from
Michael Fetchner.
the first Batman? The guy from the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second Batman.
Second
but
Batman.
yes.
Second Batman. Yeah.
You know who you're fucking with, or
Yeah.
like,
That guy. That was
you
him,
guys
okay.
are dead. Yeah. So cause he's like talking to April O'Neil. You father and I were like making something, or
Well, what do you know about April O'Neil? Maybe her dad
I know
was a
that
scientist.
I know that she was a reporter and had no ties to the Shredder. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe her dad was
She's
a
a
scientist, but the
reporter.
Shredder was not.
She sounds a lot like
scientist.
Peter Parker right now. She's a reporter whose father is a scientist.
His father's dead.
Oh,
Rude. You're fucking rude.
that's actually
Too soon?
You're actually talking about the
new
goblin. No, the Green
Spider-Man
Goblin. Oh, is that the new? I haven't seen any of the new Spider-Man.
Well, the new Spider-Man, they kind of talk about how Peter Parker's father worked for Oscorp.
Of course he
Oh.
did. Of
He
course
was
he
a
did.
scientist.
I haven't watched those yet, or just at least the newest one. They're going to make another one, right?
You know what? Scientists are the real heroes.
They are.
Are
in
they?
In my opinion.
Are they?
Absolutely.
They're the worst.
I love it when they play with stuff.
They created AIDS.
No,
You're happy now.
No.
What?
Listen, I'm an expert on AIDS. I just watched Dallas Buyers Club. I know
Jello
everything.
Biafra told me that the government created AIDS,
Who?
and I believe him. Jello Biafra.
Who the hell is that?
They're Kennedys. Jesus
Jello
Christ. Get some
be
God.
offered?
Biafra.
Jello be
B-I-A-
offered. I'd be offering
I'd be
Jello.
offering Jello. He's a weird guy. He's a really weird
He's from
guy.
the Dead Kennedys?
Yes, he's the singer.
Oh, okay. How do you know that and I don't?
Because I'm way into music and you're not.
But not that type of music.
Yeah, but you listen to Rise Against, which means you're not into music.
The Offspring?
The Offspring.
Brought a joke back from the day. Suck it. Suck on that. So yeah, that's pretty much that's all we're
Oh,
gonna
so
bag on.
the plot you're talking about is how they're saying the turtles were engineered.
Yeah, no, they're saying that I think the ooze was engineered from space. So that's what I heard is that it's a space ooze instead of like a toxic ooze. So maybe the
So they're
turtles
all just like Venoms and Carnages, and that's
Yeah.
cool. I can down with that.
I did laugh a little bit when the turtle took off his mask. Like, wait, it's just a mask. He takes it off.
That was good.
So, and we also got fooled with the Terminator 5.
Oh yeah, Terminator
crap
5
trailer, but that's-
trailers that were just made up of other Terminators and the TV show.
That's been out since last year, though, September of last year.
Edward Furlong looks old. Arnold looks so young. What
You
are
know
we
what?
watching?
Even if Edward Furlong isn't in the movie, I'm glad that he got some work just for that.
Just
that,
in the trailer?
Just for that fake spot. Because he deserves it.
Yeah, he
It's
does.
been
Spotlight.
It's been downhill since American History X for him. Real
Poor
bad.
guy. Well, he's never aged past 15, so
True.
it's hard to get work as an adult.
It's just like a fat 15-year-old.
They should remake The Sandlot. He could be one of the kids.
I'm in for that.
I can see that.
I'm in for a Sandlot.
I wanna see-
reboot.
I wanna see
Let's do a Sandlot reboot.
I want to see a Sandlot crossover
With Michael Bay.
with Terminator, with Michael Bay at the helm.
And we star in it.
It would be nothing but like explosions. Like every time they hit the baseball. No.
No.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
I used to like Michael Bay, and now I'm just disappointed every time I see a Michael Bay movie. Like, I love The Rock, and like, oh, god damn it, another Michael Bay movie.
Michael Bay. It's all going to be explosions and that big pan. I can't wait for the pan shots.
Megan
No,
Fox,
yeah, and
of course.
that fucking. Oh, it's a Michael Bay movie.
One man. Anyway, are we done dogging on everything? We're going to get some Zelda in?
What does it say at the beginning of that preview?
One man. I don't know.
No, it's like the worst. It's like the most cliche.
Oh, yeah, when it's
like
just...
in a city dominated by crime and terror.
Shows that... that
gunshots and pizza or whatever. Like, it's just so ridiculous. You're like, that is the most cliche fucking thing to ever say. Fucking
In a
Michael
world
Bay. Hear that, Michael Bay?
dominated by pizza.
I know you listen to this.
Yeah, Michael Bay is just like, oh my god.
Oh, these guys don't like me.
Screw that. Let's talk about some fucking Ocarina of Time. That's all I got.
I love this music.
Running around, what is it? Hyrule Field?
You gotta roll. You
gotta
don't run, you roll.
Oh, good. Who wants to start this off? I'm gonna give this to Ryan. Ryan,
I've never played it, but I'll try. So this came out in '98 on the 64.
17. I was 17.
I was old enough to smoke. Yeah.
That didn't stop you before.
I didn't start smoking until I was 18.
When it was legal, and that was the right thing to do. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, so this came out on the 64 and just totally like knocked GoldenEye out as the game that was always in the console.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing, you're playing GoldenEye, you're playing Mario Kart.
Well, let's talk about like the gaming landscape when this game came out. So when it came out, there were like two really big hits, big players. There was the PlayStation 1, the Nintendo 64, and then there was a Saturn that one person I knew owned. Sorry, that's
Probably
just,
didn't. Yeah, leave it. I like it.
Okay. Yeah, and the only thing I knew that was out for the Saturn that I saw was what is that? Tomb Raider. That's because Dan had it for the Tomb Raider.
Right, and it still looked really bad.
It looked fantastic. I watched that intro over and over again because that blew my goddamn
Go
mind.
back and watch it again.
No, I won't. I have recently.
I remember they're like, oh man, look at that. And like, it just looks like blocks. I'd rather have pixels than blocks.
Which one? The Tomb Raider one?
Yeah.
No. The Tomb Raider game was blocky as shit.
Yeah.
But the intro was like FMV to the max.
To the max.
To the max.
All right.
But anyway, yeah. Of those, we both had the PlayStation. We both had a 64. How about yourself, Chester?
I had a PlayStation, and then I got a 64 later.
Okay. So I actually didn't have a 64. I always played it over at Ryan's house. And Sam had a 64 because he stole it, and he stole a bunch of games.
That monster.
Yeah, I think I got a
Who just opened a
64
beer?
in like 2000.
I did.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
That's right.
You're crafty.
Ninja.
Yeah, ninja beer.
Like a turtle. Ninja. Actually, before we get too far into this, I have to give a shout out. Shout out.
Shout
I'm going to give a Sean out because it's Sean. I'm going to be like, hey, Sean. He's a new listener. He actually loves the show. So, Sean, how you doing?
Oh,
I don't know you, and I
Okay.
already don't like you.
way to derail the...
Sorry, I remembered if I got too far into it, I told him I'd give him a shout out. There it is. A Sean out.
You're welcome, Sean.
You're welcome, Sean. This means nothing.
You're welcome.
I mean, it means nothing to me. I
Dirk
never met
has
you.
ruined
I'm sure
the
you're a very
episode.
nice
I have ruined the
personal.
episode. Anyway, okay. So going back to the games we were playing, GoldenEye was in heavy rotation over at your house. Stop looking at my screen. You can't be Odd Job.
That's the worst. No, that was my stepdad.
Yeah, you could be. It was
Stop looking at my screen.
the Moonrakers. You could be. Also, so GoldenEye was at 98. All these other games came out in 1997, so they kind of bled over. Even though Ocarina came out at the end of
And Pilot
1998.
Wings. Remember Pilot Wings?
No.
That was a gem.
Turn his mic off. Turn his mic.
Turn this motherfucker off.
Yeah, just turn it off.
No, I didn't play Pilot Wings.
You didn't miss out on anything.
Yeah, it's like, would you like to fly through a hoop?
Yeah.
Superman 64?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there was some parachuting where you had to parachute through a hoop.
Yeah.
Superman
Through a
64?
ring. Yes. But yeah, so this came in at the kind of the golden time for the Nintendo 64. So GoldenEye was
when
out.
all the games came out.
Mario Kart 64 had been out. Final Fantasy VII was out on the PlayStation.
When did that come out?
I think it came out in
97? 96.
97 or 98.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I haven't pulled up.
Track of time.
IQ, you fucking
I
love that.
loved Intelligent Cube. Again.
Again.
It was so much fun.
There was also a Star Fox 64. a game that I hated, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
I never got into fucking Star Fox, like ever.
Any
of them.
I like the 3D flying. Like when you can go in like the 3D flying mode.
I mean, like in Pilot Wings.
I just watched a
Why
nice.
is
Superman 64.
Why is his mic still on?
I just watched a video on Star Fox about how his dad got transported to another universe and he's one of the drivers from F-Zero. Because his name is James McCloud.
Well, the Clan McCloud?
Well, we should watch it after this. It's pretty interesting. It's up on the game trailers. It was pretty interesting.
Okay. And then there's also that bomb-ass game, Jet Moto.
Motherfucking Jet Moto.
Dude,
too.
Jet Moto was the shit.
Jet Moto was so much fun. It was so rad, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was radical to the
It
max.
was. You could do like barrel rolls and backflips.
That was like a game that you just like chug Mountain Dew, play fucking Jet Moto. I'll sit on my skateboard and play it so I feel more extreme. Game was bad. Look, I still have a skateboard. It's over there. Why do I have that?
no wheels.
I weigh 300 pounds. I shouldn't have a skateboard.
You're 5 off from 300 pounds. You're not quite that big yet. So anyway, that's the mix of games that this game hit at, and it was just different from everything else because it was Link's first foray into the 3D realm, which is the huge thing.
It was a huge thing.
It was 3D. It was pretty expansive for the time. I mean, it wasn't like Grand Theft Auto. Well, I guess Grand Theft Auto 3 hadn't hit yet, so.
Well,
It's about as big as it could get for a cartridge game.
It was more than just 3D because you also could travel through time.
Ooh, the fourth dimension. I was there. I saw that coming down the road.
Turn his mic off.
Hey, y'all are picking on me.
No. Well, stop bringing up Pilot Wings. You're only allowed to... No, you're done. So, yeah.
Pilot Wings.
You motherfucker. So, yeah, Link... you know what it actually introduced to with Link is that because it was through time... Because when I play the old Zelda games, I always imagined... Well, especially because Zelda 2, he was an adult in Zelda 2. But the other ones, it was kind of ambiguous. Like, is he just like a short guy or is he a young kid?
Yeah.
He's a halfling.
Halfling, yeah. Like, is he a tween?
Well, he's an elf, right?
A tween.
So, yeah.
These are the burning questions.
That's one of those words we just don't say often enough, and I'm using it for the rest of the night.
Tween?
Yeah. Oh, Nicole, I wish you were a tween.
I feel
Go on.
I feel dirty inside.
Oh, not as dirty as I'm going to feel later.
All right, cool. So yeah, it actually did split between the two. You could be a kid Link or you could be an adult Link, which he was. What do you think he was? Like 18, 20?
Too old for me.
Not
a young adult.
Yeah, young adult.
Probably old enough to smoke, but not old enough to drink.
Sure, why not?
He's in that awkward age where you can buy lottery tickets,
like
but you
limbo.
can't go to the casino.
You can go to R-rated movies.
You can steal a horse, ride a horse.
Yeah, fucking horse thief. What an asshole.
But you know what?
He could have just killed both of them and taken the horse.
Nah, you can't do that.
His sword.
They actually had a funny thing on Cracked about how like all the boss hits like take 8 or 9 hits, but you could just keep swinging at NPCs and they won't fucking die.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
So, where we at? Buttercream, Tweens, Jet Moto.
I don't know where.
Pilot Wings.
No. Where?
Okay, so
where do you get it now? I mean, you can still find it.
Yeah, so because our whole like thing about doing this whole podcast is to get people to play games. You can pick up Ocarina of Time for
$300.
$300 or $30.
Or 30. Pick your poison.
Yeah, you can go either way. If you want to go like real hardcore, there's one guy selling it for $300 on Amazon.
With just the game, just the cartridge.
It's solid gold plated.
Yeah, it's
solid
just the regular old gray cartridge.
Yeah.
No book, no case.
He's
For $300.
But you know what's funny is the cartridge that I have is the one that we stole from Fred.
So, you know Fred knows we do this, right?
Fred, I have your Zelda game. Bring it, motherfucker.
You can have it back for $300.
For $300. So yeah, you can. It's a really obtainable game unless you want to actually play it on what is it, Project 64.
It just doesn't feel that never felt the same.
Well, no, because
the controller was so unique.
The pause screens are different too because it doesn't bring up all the static images as well.
Really?
Yeah, there's something that in emulating the 3D sprites or the 3D stuff, the 2D doesn't emulate outright. So, But anyway, just go spend like what $40 on a refurbished
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
64
for 40, 50
Yeah, and then
bucks.
$30
Like,
for
probably
the
50
game?
bucks for like 4 controllers,
Yeah. Or-
and rumble packs and
Or
shit.
if you have a GameCube or a Wii, you can actually buy the master. They re-released them on discs for the.
I know that 3DS has a remake too.
Oh yeah, that just came out too. But you gotta have a 3DS. So Brandon or Brandon's girlfriend can get it because they're the only people I
I have
know.
no idea what her
3DS.
name is.
Girl,
Yeah, I always think of Scream. That's the only way I can remember her name.
Sydney.
Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Sydney.
Yeah.
Meet the real me.
Sorry. There's a throwback
Chester
for
doesn't listen to
any
Megadeth.
Megadeth. Nope.
It's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
You can't.
Let's delve right into this motherfucker. Now that we did that.
Well, let's talk about the characters that are rolling through this game. Of course, you have the main characters, Link,
The main character,
silent
Navi.
protagonist.
That's your main character.
I actually put her down lower.
Navi.
Lower.
Well, she's the only person in that entire game that says anything,
It's not a person.
or the only
Fairy.
object, the only
Character?
character.
What are you talking about? Ganondorf clearly did.
She laughs like a Charlie Brown T-shirt.
He laughs like a deaf person.
What are you talking about?
I will find Triforce of Power.
Can we meet again, Brendan? I think you wrote the hero time. Sorry. So,
Alright.
so yeah, you got Link, Princess Zelda, Ganondorf, soon to be Ganon for some reason. He turns into Ganon.
And everyone's favorite GPS, Navi.
Navi, who got annoying as shit, but at the same time, she was the only one who helped you be able to like target things. So,
Completely unnecessary.
really,
Yeah.
I think I think it's kind of cool.
Hey!
Listen. You should get a tattoo right behind your ear
Yeah,
because
that
nobody's
says,
ever done that.
"Hey,
Hey,
listen."
hey, listen. But she had some valuable information. I mean, and she was also sent from the Deku Tree to watch you because you were dropped off by your mom. You want a real kokuri, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
You're a man boy.
Man, boy, child,
Raised by elves.
and a tree.
Story of my life, bro.
Tree.
Story of my life.
So let's talk about that for a second. How many children do you think can be raised by a tree?
I don't know.
I've got a nephew. Let's go drop him.
Take him to the forest, stick him up against a tree. This is your father now. Just leave, and you're in prison.
I could venture a guess that you probably couldn't even do it with like an 8-year-old. You got an 8-year-old nephew,
It
right?
depends on the kind of tree, I would imagine.
And it depends on how resourceful the child is. Which nowadays,
No.
3 hours, kid's dead. Maybe 3 hours.
He's just shriveled up from no iPad use or like no technology.
Where's my Wii?
Where's
He dies of hyperventilation.
the power switch? Where's the light? Listen.
So Navi is the spirit of a dead child.
The spirit of is she really?
No!
Oh, damn it! All right, drinking podcast first. So you also, I mean, the characters, the side characters you had Impa.
Impa, the Zelda's protector / nanny / big titty mama. She's a big oshmushkas.
It was the worst looking video game for realism, and you two are just like
We like titties.
that titties.
Dude, the Great Fairy, dude, she was frightening as shit.
But you,
Octagon
she came out, she's all,
titties.
You're like, no, God, I'm a good guy. You're like, wow, you do not look like a good guy at all. Pointy nose, and you're laughing like a witch.
Right? But she did have some tickle bitties.
I'm lost. I don't even know.
Octagonal titties.
Step into the octagon.
Step between the octagons.
Between the octagon.
Be careful, you might cut your face on those.
Motorboat some octagons, and then there was I'm gonna move on from motorboating octagons because you know what, I go to Octagon and I immediately think of kindergarten class learning shapes.
I think of a stop sign.
So we're motorboating.
Are we still
stop
talking
signs?
about video games?
I think we should just stop.
collaborate and listen.
On episode 20, that's where we cut it off.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
Stop.
The,
Okay, let's call it, guys.
the mixer's trying to tell us something. It's like, I'm out. You guys should be too. So then there was a Raru. Stop fucking touching my feet. You.
I'm trying to get comfy.
But you're sitting sideways, so I don't understand how this is happening.
Oh, I'm spread eagle over here.
That's not his foot.
Legs spread akimbo.
Legs akimbo? Isn't that a basketball player?
That's Takimbi Matumbo.
There it is.
Racist fuck.
Wow. Legs akimbo.
All right, so Raru.
We have to completely derail. Can we just let's just gather. Just gather ourselves.
Center.
So everyone take a drink. Everyone take a drink.
All right, one for my homies.
That's good. That's really
All right,
good.
so where are we at?
I think we're talking about
Raru? Who's
Batman.
Raru?
Raru was the
Who's the main sage
Donga.
dude?
No, Raru. Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
The owl.
Jaw rule.
The guy in the...
Don't even go there. Don't even start.
What was the in-between time? The
Temple of Time?
secret
The sage.
area... The
Sage patterns.
Yeah.
Sage.
Why didn't we think of what that was called before we started this?
I can get it. But you can go ahead and you can talk
Temple
about
of
it.
the Ancients.
Yes. No, the Temple of the Ancient was where you went to the realm.
Outworld?
Is where you went to Outworld. How would you search for that? Sage domain?
That sounds like somewhere where you buy like discount domains.
SageDomain.com.
Yeah.
I already registered.
It's
just now.
They sound like a registrar. God.
So Rauru was the owl.
Yeah, he was also,
Slash
which we didn't find out until 10 years
Sage.
later.
I can't.
From like the very
Function
original
properly.
game, the guy who gives you the sword.
No, he says Raru, but he was doing like a Scooby Doo voice earlier. So that's
Rauru.
Raru.
So yeah, he's the guy. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this because this is a person.
Yeah.
I never understood that. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. Like, well, are you going to come with me?
Well, if
I'm
you're
still alone, turns
alone,
out.
but you still need protection.
Yeah, but you're still alone.
Your sword is your own.
The whole time you're
companion.
still alone.
Your sword is your
It's not
best
alive.
friend.
There are many like
So
it.
then there
but
was
this one is
Princess
mine.
Ruto.
Ruto.
Bruto.
What, was she the
Rizzuto.
Zoran?
Yeah, she was the Zora that totally wanted to bang you,
the water chick.
which was creepy as shit. Fish lady. He should have banged her.
Should have.
Yeah, he was 8, but whatever. And your trusty horse,
Epona.
Upona.
your stolen whip.
I don't want to bring this up, but you called your cat, your late cat, with the Upona song.
I was
Did you?
actually going to bring that up.
Oh, okay.
Epona's song.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing Twilight Princess, you could name your horse. And I named the horse after my cat. And then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could actually get my cat to come when I whistled Epona's song? And I actually was able to train my cat to come when I whistled Epona's song.
And now your cat comes when you scream Thundercats.
Now my cats come when I do the Thundercats yell.
And they bring you rabbits.
And they bring me pregnant rabbits.
That was a beautifully tragic story. I liked it a lot.
Good
The
times.
rabbit story.
Yeah, but Epona is like it is the it's your companion. Like it's just one of those, like, what is it? A Shadow of the Colossus. You get your horse in oh god, what the hell? Fable.
In The
Fable,
Last of Us,
Fable
you have
2,
a horse.
Fable 2, you get a dog. Well, it's just like a companion that's always there. Like you whistle for it, you turn around, and like there she is.
Oh, like Assassin's Creed when you get a horse.
Oh yeah,
Sing a theme here.
yeah. Just
Or how about Red Dead Redemption?
When you get a horse.
you get a horse.
You whistle for your horse.
I'm on a horse, mother. But it's not the same. Like you actually, because this was the good thing about going through time is that you saw the horse when it was a fawn, or is it a foal? Fowl, foal, foal. What's a baby horse?
foal.
Foal.
Dinner.
So Link stole that horse?
Yeah.
Would that be Grand Theft Horse?
Yeah. So Red Dead Redemption.
We are going. I wasn't ready for this.
Can't just turn around and punch
I
things.
wasn't ready for this. So yes, I guess you would be. It would be Grand Theft Horse.
All right,
So it
just
stems
curious.
from that. So, as well as this game starting the branch timeline for all the Link games, it also bled into every other game that we know now. So,
Way to go, Nintendo.
hey, by the way, 4 more years, this game is 20 years old.
Huh.
Get in on that, huh?
That's gross. Makes me feel super old.
You are super old.
I am super old. There's a lot of things that make me feel super old, like, living, but that also makes me feel super old.
Living, my back.
Or hearing Nirvana on the classic rock radio
Who
station.
are these other 2 characters you've put on the list here?
Darunia? He's the king of the Gorons.
The king of the Jews.
The Gorons?
Yeah. The Gorons.
The Gorons. Like
The Gorons were the rock dudes.
The rock
yeah, the
people.
rock people.
The rock
He was the
eaters.
one that remember he danced for you. It was sexy dance.
They were the
This
weird.
beat is hot, and he would like dance around.
Yeah,
It
they were
was
like the weirdly
awful.
ambiguous indigenous tribe people. You're like, is this racist?
It's only slightly racist.
Yeah, slightly racist. So yeah, and then there was that dude, and then the last one was
Saria?
Saria, the 8-year-old that you.
Oh, that's the green-haired lady.
Yeah, she's your friend, the person that teaches you your first song.
Yeah, and she can't leave the forest except at the end of the game. She's hanging out with everybody else.
Well, she's one of
outside
the
forest.
sages.
She is, so she can just like
There's no rules. When Ganon's dead, there's no rules.
no rules. So anyway, those are pretty much the main cast of characters. There's a lot of other characters like interspersed throughout the game, but those are the ones that really kind of you interact with when you're younger and when you're older. I did put archetypes on here, but I didn't even have enough thought to go into the archetypes.
I don't even know what that means. It's a Fear Factory album.
Well, archetypes are
Talk
like
about
in every story. There's always like the old wise person or the
Raru.
the fool.
the skeleton kid.
The skeleton
Skull
kid?
Kid.
Skull Kid probably could have been the fool. But yeah, those are the different archetypes.
Oh,
so.
the Skulltulas. Those aren't even on the list here.
Motherfucking Skulltulas.
The fucking Skulltulas.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you get if you, I guess if you killed
I think you got a big
50,
wallet or something.
You got a bigger wallet. If you killed 75,
Yeah, because there's 100 of them.
you got a matching bracelet. And then if you
You get
killed all
100,
you
get
got
to
some
keep
earrings.
Yeah, you
keep
got-
your virginity forever or something.
No.
You got all the Skulltulas.
What's up, baby?
You die a
I collected
virgin.
all the golden Skulltulas. Fuck are you talking about?
All right.
Tips Fedora.
Tips Fedora? No, that is not Tip Fedora worthy.
You don't think? If
No.
You collected, I'm going to get my Fedora.
You know what's funny is I only know one person who collected all the golden Skulltulas, and she cheated her ass off. And that was Randy's ex-girlfriend.
How does she cheat?
She used the walkthrough.
Or on my brother?
I don't think she did that. Maybe
No,
she
probably
did.
not.
I don't know. Anyway,
She was too busy getting all of the Skulltulas.
all the
Gotta catch 'em all.
Skulltulas. Yeah,
Gotta catch
it
'em
was
all.
the original Pokemon.
I did it
yeah.
later in life, and I totally cheated.
I didn't have.
I also
patience
used a
for it.
guide.
Yeah. Well, you have to use. I mean, the game was just
There's some
big.
more fucking ridiculous
They were.
in really ridiculous spots.
What was there was daytime and nighttime, and then there was past and present.
The nighttime was cool because it is the right time.
That is
The nighttime is the right time.
and the zombie guys that come out of the ground.
Yeah, you can kill those guys. There are a couple things you had to do, like you had to go to the graveyard at night to find the grave, the ghost of the gravedigger or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, and also there were only things that happened. Were there only things that happened like when you did the Song of Storms? Like things happened.
Yeah, it rained.
Thank you. Okay.
Things happened.
The windmill turned
Yeah,
faster.
the windmill. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There
I
was
mean, I
a-
didn't make the game.
This
but
game had
you're welcome.
had a lot of content for I don't know, just not to say that like a lot of other games didn't have a lot of content, but this was like the first big adventure game.
It was in the same vein as like Zelda. There's a lot of puzzles and stuff,
Yeah.
but they could really flesh them out because there was one that you didn't have the same hardware limitations, and two you had it now in 3D. So
Yeah,
you
pop
could-
into 3D world.
It makes more sense moving boxes up and down and left and right and back and forth. You don't have to do
Yeah.
it just up and down the screen, and that's all you can do.
Cool.
So it was cool to have all of the extra elements to be able to throw all those puzzles in there,
Yeah.
Yes.
and like water temple shit.
Fuck the water temple. We can talk. We can
The
go.
water temple.
Yeah, we can talk about that in the next
Works
section.
so much better
we
in
can
3D.
Get into it. So the story, like you got all these characters. The main aspect of the story that off the top of my head is that, like I mentioned it before, is that this is where a lot of the online people are like trying to link all the Zelda games together. This is where it splits.
This is the catalyst.
It is.
Yeah, this is where it all goes awry.
Oh,
So-
because of the two
sorry,
different
bro.
timelines, it
Yeah.
creates alternate
Yes,
timelines.
alternate in the
Three.
whole. Oh, it did three now.
It's three now. Nintendo's like, fuck your two timelines. There's three, bitch.
So yeah, so you start off as Link during the Great War. What was the war called when the Triforces or the Great Spirits.
Wasn't it called like the Great? I think it was called like the Great War.
Maybe it
wasn't
was. We probably should have done more research.
I watched a video.
Don't we say
I watched
that
a video
every-
last night.
So you know
Dude,
what? Okay, again, we do with casual games, and we're talking about games we love.
Casual research.
And you know what? I have a job. I can't go back and play this and play Mass Effect at the same time. This is supposed to be our softball game because we do it so well.
There's a video that it's up on. It's called Timelines on Game Trailers.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Well,
You should
actually
probably
watched
check
that
it out.
with you
It's
a few
fucking
years ago.
awesome.
No, they did the retrospective, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't the retrospective. It was
Because the
Timelines.
retrospective split into 2 timelines, so they did 3 now.
Yeah, it's really well. And like the art is really good. And the whole thing is really good. It's really good. So
We should watch that after this.
We should watch that after
We
this.
probably should have watched that before this.
I did.
We should watch it right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just make everyone wait while we watch game trailers.
Internet, fucking pump your
You
brakes.
can wait.
Internet,
watch it
join
with
us.
us. Mystery Science Theater with you.
Go get yourself a coconut smile. Just fucking sit
Kiss
down
my
for a
ass.
second. So yeah, but the
Coconut smile.
Link's mother drops him off with the tree because they're running.
Because
From
she's
the,
a fucking junkie.
no, they're running from the war and they run into the forest. So he drops before she dies, leaves him with the Deku tree, and says,
Take care of my
Yeah.
baby, Tree. I told you, she's a fucking drug addict.
Save my baby.
The tree is just like, I have a face. I really can't move though. I'm gonna talk this kid.
Hey,
Yeah.
perpetual elf children, come take this baby.
I just picture a tree just staring at a baby like, baby,
Hey,
baby,
hey, baby, put it on me.
Don't eat. Don't put that in your mouth,
baby, stop that.
Don't. He's eating bugs.
Here,
Baby, get up.
Eat my nuts.
Are you hungry, baby?
Here's some Deku nuts.
So anyway,
That was the chair. That was the.
speaking about feeding babies,
I promise that was the chair.
we have a very high tech studio here. I mean,
Smells like baby food.
it does. Yeah, so he gets left there with the children, and Navi is bestowed upon him because he doesn't have his fairy like all the other
Well, after he grows up,
Kokiri children.
he doesn't get one like all the other
Oh, so he gets one. Oh yeah,
spirit animals. Whatever
when
the
he
fuck those
comes of
Kokiris
age.
well,
are.
because the tree sends Navi out to get him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're 8. You're old enough for your own fairy. Congratulations.
Hey.
By the way, shit's about to get real. I know you've just been
listen.
doing nothing but living in a tree all your life, but shit's about to get real right now. So
Yeah.
go get your wooden stick, and go get your wooden shield, get inside of me, and kill these monsters.
Yeah, so you have to clear the Deku tree, which he winds up dying anyway.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But the boss fight at the end of that first dungeon was awesome.
What, the spider monster? What the hell was that thing called?
Zoltan. Again, we should have done more research.
Goma.
Goma, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Goma.
Queen
So,
Goma.
well, yeah. Also, that was a carryover from other games.
Yeah, a lot of the bosses were. There was the Dodonga, the lizard monster.
Yep.
Throw bombs in his mouth. So there was a lot of cool stuff,
And then there was Shadow Link, who was in the Water Temple that you love so much.
which was also in Zelda 2, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you had to fight your shadow. That was the end of it. You had to fight the shadow. So,
So that's cool.
but yeah.
Ganon
so
was in it too.
Ganon again?
Yeah.
I think Nintendo's running out of ideas.
Yeah, they're just rehashing the same old
Yeah,
ideas.
they'll be able to just do this game maybe one
Link,
more.
Zelda, Ganon.
Yeah, it's like Link plus Zelda plus Ganon equals cash. Just
Equals cha-ching.
Yeah, they could just release a console and release a Mario game and a Zelda game and just be done with
Metroid.
it.
But they
Just
still
make a whole
won't, they
bunch of
still
money
won't release
off
like
of
a
it.
new Zelda game. Like they gave us Skyward Sword for the Wii, and then there's no talks about anything.
You all right, bro?
For the Wii U, well, there's a lot of vodka in that. And no ice cubes.
Cool. So it's just like hot lime and lemon vodka.
Lyman,
Lemon.
Freund Lyman.
Yes.
So from there, after you clear the tree, you basically have to go out into the world, and you have to gather the 3 stones to. Oh no, because you go to find Zelda. You sneak through the castle. You find her, the sage, or that chick sends you to go out and get the 3 stones, right?
Impa?
Impa.
Yep.
You go get the 3 stones, bring them back, and then you grab that Hylian sword, the Master Sword,
Master Sword.
and you time travel. I don't have a time travel noise
And then
on here.
Ganon saw you and was like,
Don't
oh,
you
fuck
just play
that
a song?
shit.
You just play a song and you travel through time.
Well, you had to No.
Or do you have to go to the temple?
No, you pull the sword, and it does that, like or something. It makes a noise, and then you hold it up, and you probably go, because that's what he does. And then you travel through time.
And then you hear this.
Why is this so slow? Where did you get this version from?
I don't know. It was like a remastered version.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I fucking love this fucking...
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
too
too
slow.
slow. It's
That's
too
the
slow.
song.
That's loud as shit.
That sounds like something you'd hear at the Renaissance Festival.
Or in a village full of
Renaissance-y people?
Hylians.
Renaissance-y people and chickens.
Hylians?
Hylians.
Yeah, I'll stop it for you. Fine. Rain on my parade.
I will.
Grab,
Motherfucker.
grab a turkey leg and
Kill me a pig monster.
Watch you go see a joust. So anyway, you go. We're not going to be able to go through this entire story, but everything in the future is fucked because Ganon has broken into the what is it, the realm or the Sage realm or whatever it is. Again, we probably should have done more research before doing this game.
It's going to come to me. It's going to come to me.
he stole the DeLorean, went to the future, and changed everything.
He got himself the book.
or went to the past.
He got the almanac.
Sports
Yes.
almanac.
The sports almanac. He bet on the horse race. Got his first fortune.
And then you had to go back and steal the horse, so the horse couldn't win, and Ganon couldn't make his fortune.
So let's just call it the realm. He went to so Link goes to Outworld. he follows. Ganon follows him through the portal into Outworld,
and they fight Goro.
Yeah, they fight Goro. Shang Tsung is there. Brings a couple of his buddies.
Shang Tsung tonight.
So anyway, Link wakes up as a grown ass man. Mm-hmm. The whole like town, the what is it? Hyrule. No, what is the castle called?
Castle Hyrule.
Yeah.
isn't it?
So yeah, I don't know. Again,
It's just
more
all-
research.
It's just full of zombies.
Castlevania.
Yeah, it's full of zombies. Like the castle is in disarray. You go out into the field. The further you get away from the castle, it's fine. But then you have to go back, basically backtrack to where they kind of did like the light dark world, where you could go back to the different. You had to go back up to the mountain.
They go back to the lake, and everything's different. And like where all the places you went when you were younger are all kind of disparaged now.
Yeah.
They're all dystopian.
And it was kind of cool when you went
Jacked
back
up
when
out
you got out to the Gerudo Valley. You can't get there as a kid, but you can warp there after you get there as an adult. Are you okay over
nasty-ass
there?
burps,
You got
bro.
some,
You gonna
you got some
vomit?
deep down
Warm vodka and lime juice.
first world problems.
Although I must say I'm flying right now.
you
Almost
look like
I was playing Pilot Wings.
Why is that the recurring theme?
I don't know. That should be the next game we do, though.
Pilot Wings. I fell through a hoop. I got to open my parachute on the ground.
Yeah, we're time traveling and things were different. That's what we were talking about. That was a really cool concept. I mean, they did it with A Link to the Past, and it's been done before. But,
Well, it wasn't time travel. That was like world shifting, which this was the version
Yeah,
of
light
world
and dark.
shifting. Yeah.
but
You had different. You got to have different things as an adult Link. Like when he
Yeah,
was
like-
younger, he had the slingshot.
And like you couldn't use the boots when you were a kid.
No.
You couldn't use the heavy
You
iron
can use the
boots.
Deku stick when you're an adult, or the slingshot.
Excuse me.
The Deku
Say
stick.
it slow.
Deku.
Well, you said it pretty quick. Could you use the Dix to stick?
Deku stick.
Deku stick.
Dick stick.
Deck stick. Trident.
Penis.
It's actually funny. Like if you go back and there's a guy what was the speed run that we were watching?
Oh, on Speed Demos Archive, they do a lot of speed runs. That's all they do is speed runs, and sometimes I'll use exploits. And one of them was you can get to Ganon's castle as a kid, and you can
use a
defeat him with the
Deku
Deku
stick.
Yeah.
It's
But
pretty
they
cool.
don't use the Nintendo 64 because the Nintendo 64 it's actually slower than another Nintendo type console that was released in China. So that's why they use it, because the text runs faster and it loads faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess when Ganon's castle is falling, it actually lags a little bit. So where the
Sounds
sounds,
like some of the exploits he was talking about were only on that version as well.
I think so, probably. Oh, because we were watching that ourselves too. I had that weird big controller, but yeah. So the
Bigger
Deku
than the regular 64 controller.
Well, what makes me mad is I didn't like watching that. No, it was a big nasty controller. I'll find it.
Not right now.
And there was that guy with the caterpillar on his head.
Oh, that motherfucker! I remember this video now. That little shithead. I want to find that guy. I want to fuck him up.
Well, he's probably got a butterfly on his head by
I've
now.
got something to do tonight. A social gathering. I should wear a caterpillar on my head. Fucking asshole.
No, and he'll have to keep adjusting it too.
Yes.
You have to just over the top, over
The
the
poor
top.
girl sitting next to him.
So, aside from like the story like being vast and backtracking, all the friends that you make when you were younger, they grow up and you interact with them again. What is like Zora's Fountain? Like the King Zora is
Frozen.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
Yes, where you had to get that flame in a bottle. Oh, the bottle system. I missed the bottle
I
system.
love bottles.
They're
I love
so
fairies
awesome.
and bottles. You're invincible if you have fairies and bottles.
You
I
always come
was
back.
watching a video today, and you can actually get some milk from a cow.
Yeah.
From the Lon
Lon
Ranch.
Ranch.
If you play a song for the cow's like, "Hey, that song makes me lactate. Here's some milk."
You don't know.
That song makes me wet as shit.
All
You know what's
right.
weird? You know, speaking of recurring characters from other Zelda games, is the girl from the ranch and her dad,
Lon.
Malin and Talon. But
Oh,
they're in
okay.
other games. They're like in they were Marin and Terran in what was the one on Game Boy?
Link's Awakening.
Wasn't it Marin? Was that her name on there?
That sounds familiar.
And then they're like, it seems like they always go between Marin and Malin. It's probably, I don't want to be sound like a racist, but it's when you translate it, the R and the L get mixed up.
We will call this one Marin. I thought you said Malin. Marin. Okay, cool.
I
So
did.
We got two different characters.
I did say Marin.
I'd say Marin, Malin.
Well,
Marin.
because I think
That's
in
what I
Zelda,
said, Marin.
I think in
I
Zelda,
hear what you're saying, but
I think in Zelda 2, I am Error. I think his name was supposed to be Errol. I'm serious. I am Errol, but it turned out I am Error.
by the way, it's called the IQ player.
Okay,
QUE.
great.
Just I don't know. I'm just trying to add a little
Intelligent Cube.
more. The IQ.
You sidetracked us twice in this
IQ.
episode.
No, but look at the controller. Look at that.
Jesus.
That's a whack ass looking controller.
It's actually. I wish the 64 controller looked like that. There's no little middle dongle thing. It actually looks like a normal controller.
No, that looks like a Dreamcast
Except
controller.
it-
It's massive.
Well, it actually kind of looks like the Batwing.
I like that. I don't like that. Sorry. I like the 64 controller.
Okay,
I
fine.
like the dongle in the middle.
Wait,
The dongle.
okay, let's talk about that real quick. The Nintendo 64 controller was made for a person with 3 arms or 3 hands.
Seriously.
It was like, I've got my 2 hands here to control this, and then 1 to man this button.
You need a friend to play.
You
with
do.
You.
Did anyone ever? Were there any games that used that actual left side of it? Everything was in the middle because that's where
No.
the trigger was,
Yeah.
and that's where the fucking
Well, I mean,
joystick was.
It is the ultimate in co-op controllers. You have to
Right.
have one person reaching around
well, you had to use the yellow buttons to play music.
Yeah.
On the Ocarina, like in GoldenEye, you could use those buttons to like adjust
your camera.
your camera.
There's something we have to hit with the game that we didn't talk about before this, is that the music. Like, it was a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
heavily driven music game. You had to remember all of the... Well, you didn't have to remember them, but after a while...
You had, to,
Play the
you had to-
Ocarina.
you had to write them down, so you always had them.
The
Well, no, but
Ocarina
you
of
could
Time.
you could go in and, like, see them in the start menu.
Could you?
Yeah.
Well, there was one.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something where you made up a song that you had to remember later?
Yeah, it was called Right. That's...
I love that song.
oh, no, it was for the Scarecrow, right? To make him dance?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll agree to not agree.
You got a new Mexi Pax.
Yes, that was it. And then you puked on his not his stick, not his feet, because he didn't have feet. I like how we're just weaving in everything. It's like it's a retrospective of our
There
show.
was another 64 game right there.
Oh, Conquer! I
Conquer.
remember that came out. I didn't play that until you were living in your trailer down by the river.
Thanks for calling me out.
What? Listen,
Thanks for calling me white trash on the internet.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this moment. I'd like to single out your mother, Mary.
I think when we were talking about your battle vest in the past,
I need to do this.
that might have called you out.
It's a battle jacket, first of all.
Oh, okay.
Is that right behind you?
The battle
Yeah.
jacket.
Just because it's a leather vest doesn't make it any less of a jacket.
It actually makes it not a jacket at all. That's what distinguishes it between a vest and a jacket.
Does it have sleeves? No. Then it's not a
But it's
jacket.
got patches, and that makes it a battle jacket.
Okay.
You guys
Fair
never
enough.
Does it
understand.
have patches that create sleeves, like woven together?
I believe you were about to talk shit about my mom on the internet.
I was not. I was actually going to say Mary. I mean, no disrespect. And anytime I talk about Ryan being white trash, because he's done that on his own, and not you. You're a wonderful mother, and we all love you.
She raised me in a trailer.
She left you to be raised by a tree.
That's why we have him, folks. That's why we have Chester.
She is a junkie.
There was a war. It's ironically the tree that I ran over in your mom's front yard that flourished.
Oh, that tree's so big now.
So what else we got? There's the weapons.
Yeah, all the cool, like, you get a new weapon and you get super excited, except for when it's something stupid like nuts.
But okay, but going back to the Deku Stick, watching the walkthrough or the people doing that, I didn't know the Deku Stick had the same amount of hit points as the Master Sword. Like when you...
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
So I would have been using it a lot more because they broke after a couple times of swinging.
Yeah, but there's a way to keep it, like, out in front of you.
Yeah, but that's a glitch. I'm talking about just actually playing the game organically and not looking for glitches.
Yeah, but then you can't use them as an adult.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I probably would have used them more, because I never used them, only for fire. That's the only thing I...
Yeah, running around lighting torches on
Yeah,
fire.
I never used them to fight, because I never would have thought that they were,
using the...
worthwhile.
Using the nuts to, like, flash. I think that was dumb.
Yeah.
Never did that.
Stun them. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm so stunned by a nut. That came out wrong. It came out all wrong.
What was the little enemy you had to hit? Like you had to use a little shield to bounce the nuts back at him?
A Deku Scrub?
Yeah, the Deku nuts.
They
Deku nuts.
look like little bushes that spit nuts at you.
Yes.
That sounds like tranny porn. That's what that sounds like.
Spitting nuts.
What the fuck?
Well, look out! There's nuts behind that bush.
What?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be nuts under the bush?
I've had a lot of vodka.
You have a lot of vodka. Like, Chester's just sitting there, staring, got the 1,000-yard stare. But what else we got here? Oh, there was magic. Thank you for that. There was the Din's Fire that I only used because...
That was your house wrecker.
Yeah, well, there was a house wrecker, but it was also light everything around you. Like, if you had to do light four torches simultaneously.
I like to use it to light bats on fire.
Oh, I fucking
hate keys.
Keys.
And then they just end up being on fire and flying out.
Yeah, then
They
there was
still attack you while they're
worst.
on fire.
Yeah. Then there was Favor's Wind, and then Naru's Love, which I never used.
Ferore's wind?
Farore's?
What did Nehru's
Favre's
love
wind.
do?
Farva.
Brett
Brett Favre's Wind.
Brett
Favre's wind.
Favre's Wind.
What did Nehru's love do?
It was like a shield,
Yeah, it was a shield.
which you never used.
Yeah.
Would protect you.
You
But
already had a shield.
I do love how they, if you go into the different, the suits, like the tunics, like green tunic is okay, like you can survive on land. As soon as you get the red tunic, it doesn't cover any other thing, you can run around in a volcano. Mm-hmm. And then the blue tunic, you can breathe underwater.
Because you breathe through your skin,
You do.
apparently.
It's just like a grasshopper or like a bug. You have little, like...
Do
things-
grasshoppers breathe through their skin?
Yeah, they have little holes down the sides of their bodies.
That's fucking disgusting.
It's a bug. What do you want? But, like... All right. You know what we should talk
And
about?
I could never pick a grasshopper up again because I'm gonna be like, I'm suffocating it.
First of all, you're an adult. Leave the grasshoppers alone.
Sometimes I like to pretend I'm a child.
Sometimes he puts caterpillars on his head.
Or grasshoppers.
Or grasshoppers.
Or glowworms.
Or glowworms. I had a glowworm once.
Glowworms.
Anyways,
It's
power through this.
we're not powering through it, but I do want to talk about like one of the really, really hard parts, which is also like my critique about this game, but it's also not a critique, is the water temple.
It wasn't that. Yeah, it was bad.
It was
awful.
Dude, it was
just the worst.
there were 3 levels.
It
You
was
had to raise the
brutal
water
temple.
different times. You had to use the boots in conjunction with, I don't know. There was just they took every element that they could
Dude,
possibly throw at you.
If you didn't have to walk through that thing, it would take 3-4 hours. It was fucking nuts.
I think
if
it
you
would take-
if you were guessing what you were doing, is easy.
You may have to like break out a map.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts.
Which the game
Like take notes.
Did have one? No, but
did
did
have
it
a
did-
map
it-
built in. But, I know what you're saying.
You had to find it. You had to find the map. But I don't think I could even
That-
do that.
That temple was brutal.
It was horrible.
It was
Horrible.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Are there any favorite parts of the game that you guys have? Any like
Catching the chickens.
flying with the chickens, like jumping off the building? That was
Jumping off
actually
the buildings and flying with
that
chickens.
was pretty cool because there were
It's
only
like
a couple
parachuting
things that you
down.
could meet, or like pilot wings.
Like in Pilot Wings.
Saw it coming. See, I stopped him.
You
I
got it.
took I stole his thunder.
Stole it.
So you like the chicken thing? I do like how you can beat the shit out of them, and then they will get all pissed off.
Oh,
and
and it's a
Oh, the
way
chickens.
cooler than A Link to the Past because it zooms in on him like.
Yes, yeah. It's like I'm fucking pissed.
It sounds the chicken alarm.
So how about you? He likes the floating chickens. What do you like?
I like the chickens. It's a lot like Pilot Wings.
Hey, bro.
No! You're not allowed to attack me anymore. Last time you did that, you broke a whole bunch of shit.
I was just gonna leave.
Just walking out.
God, man, I don't know. I like the whole game, man. I like
You like the whole game, man?
yeah, I like the whole game, man.
How about, I mean, like, the fact that you could travel through time, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Things you did in the past affected the future.
Well, mine is more simple. What I like about
I
it.
like the hidden stuff. I like that there's like holes out in the field. You could blow a hole like next to a tree and fall down and get stuff. And
So like
that was
the
neat.
original Zelda,
Yeah,
like blowing holes in a wall and stuff
yeah,
like that.
I mean, it was cool the way they did
Just
it because
random hidden stuff that you
some
would
stuff
never
was like
find.
like you would have no idea it's there. You know, you just like lay a bomb in a random place under a tree. Like there's no indication it's there, and all of a sudden like doo 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 doo. You're like, hey, neat stuff.
Okay, so you like the exploration.
I like the exploration. I like the puzzles.
Okay.
I like puzzle games. Fun.
You like the Bombachus?
I like bomb shoes. I know I don't because they never went the way you fucking wanted them to. Yeah, you shoot them at the wall, and you were like, I wasn't even facing. Why are
Explain
you
bomb
going left?
shoes to the internet and me.
Bomb shoe. They're cat bombs.
They are bombs that will
look
run
like
along the
cats.
ground
Do
and
they
then up walls.
Bring rabbits back,
Yes, they
Yes.
do. They'll bring a rabbit back.
They're like remote control cars that explode.
except you can't control them.
You can't control them.
Well, you can kind of get them on the right path. Like you can kind of point them in the right direction, but they will zigzag.
They're like
Yeah.
children. Point them in the right direction, but they don't always go
And
the way
just
you want
let
them
them
to.
go and hope for the best.
And hopefully they find a good tree who will take care of them.
What about you, Sideburns?
It's as stupid as it sounds. The like one of my favorite parts of the game was the little mini game that you had to do to get the Biggoron sword. And then once you got that sword, it was awesome.
You like the fetch quests?
No, I liked that one because you had to go back and forth. You couldn't warp, and then once you got that sword, it was like
Oh, that was where you had to like get on your horse and you only had like 2 minutes to get across the map.
yeah, you had to get him
Oh,
eye
my
drops, but
God.
you had to get things. You had to get the ingredients for the eye drops, but they went bad after a certain amount of time.
That was rough.
So you had to you had to run it all the way across the map. You had to get back up on the which probably didn't go any faster by you rolling or
Yeah,
anything
dude,
like
that's
that.
why they always backflipping.
Backflipping,
Goes
there you go.
faster, but you got to know exactly where you're going.
Well, I just like the fact that they gave you the giant's knife, and then you turned around and you hit it.
Broke it right on the wall
broke it in half.
immediately.
But then you go, oh fuck that, I'm not going to get it. But then he can fix it, and then you get the Biggoron sword. The Biggoron sword was it was cool for me, even though you couldn't use a shield.
It was double master sword.
It was double master sword, but you couldn't use the shield, so there was like a setback. I kind of also liked how big they made the desert feel, even though I
It
think
was
that
just a little corner of the map.
yeah, it was them making you run in a 5 foot by 5 foot circle. Like, look how expansive this game is. Oh yeah, here's the temple. I kind of like how they just made do. Where they made it just huge and big,
Yeah.
and like, but it really wasn't. So they had it had limitations, but
Yeah,
they
cool.
still
They would like stack things, like all those parts on some of those videos were like going through walls, and like you poke through a wall and you're in another temple or something, because they were just stacking things, just all shoving them right next to each other. So make it fit, make it work,
be like the BBC, just make it work,
make it work,
make it work,
make
So,
it twerk.
I think that's pretty much it, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
I was just going to say we never touched on the hook shot or the arrows.
Well,
But those are in every single Zelda game, so I guess we don't really need to.
No,
Boomerangs.
we kind of talked the boomerang. It's a
The
given.
hook shot was the
Boomerang.
shit. The long shot.
Well, we should talk about
was
real quick. It's not a weapon,
the
but
bomb.
Navi being being able to lock on.
You could have
to-
locked on without her. She
which,
didn't need to be there.
well, which you do in other games, but that was it was a good explanation as to
She
why
is the
you
Jar
could.
Jar Binks of the Nintendo universe.
That's a bold statement that I won't stand behind. I will not. Ryan Bashaw's views are not not entirely those of the rest of the casual cowards of gaming.
Just saying. She was annoying as shit and completely unnecessary.
Okay.
Misa! I mean, listen!
Okay, so we're going to end on a bad note.
I just had to talk about Star Wars some more. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for Star Wars. Anyway, let's get the. Can we end on that? No, we got to end on Busta.
We started on Busta.
I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't get a good outro song.
Did you load up the Forest song with the rap?
I did not.
That's my favorite.
Oh, I should have.
Who does that one?
Yeah,
That's Virginia.
I just like the Forest song.
Oh,
Na 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 na
Clips?
na 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 na.
You know, let's just go on this.
Na na na.
there you go. I like the little field song.
It does, because you just like pop your way out into it. Anyway.
And right when the music starts in, that goddamn owl interrupts you.
Do, 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 do.
You mean Ruru?
Anyway, you can check us out. We are on not We are on Stitcher. We are on iTunes. We are on Twitter. We have some type of Facebook thing.
We're on Instagram, apparently.
We have an Instagram account, but we're not doing anything
Well,
with
once we
it.
go to Comic-Con, we can start taking pictures of
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll start doing that.
I'm going to start posting dick pics on there.
We are going to go to Comic-Con,
You mean
but
Deku-stick pics.
nobody's going to see us there unless you wanted to come to Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Comic-Con?
We're going to be the chubby guys at Comic-Con. Come find us.
Yeah, come find the
chubby
casual
guys
cars.
with beards and glasses.
You know, we did get something exciting. We did all have all of our shirts made today. We paid for them for the...
Paid for it. Come to SGC, get a shirt.
But you know what? I think that we may be able to wear our shirts to Comic-Con.
What color are the shirts?
Ours are black.
They are black.
Yeah, because we're going to sweat a lot in
Yeah,
Texas.
very
You don't
nice.
Wanna,
Very nice to fat
you don't want to
guys.
see
Nice.
all our sweat.
So
Well, I mean, I saw the photo of the logo we were going to put on it, and it had a white background, so that's why I was curious.
well, no, the lettering is white.
Yeah, we'll
the-
just change it.
As it should be.
Yes, thank you. All right, and that was racist.
And on that note,
And on that note, thank you for listening to the 20th episode of the Casual Cowards of Gaming. My name is Dirk.
I'm Chester.
I'm Rian. Goodbye. No, nothing.
Bye, Ryan.
Thanks for coming, Ryan. We're glad to have you.